I would like to touch also a little bit on air-dried pet food, because that is kind of what a lot of pet parents will compare freeze-dried pet food to as well. So what are the benefits of feeding freeze-dried raw compared to air-dried pet food?
Yeah, it's essentially, so I'm guessing this goes back to brand by brand, because everyone's process is going to be usually a little bit different. But from my experience, air dried or almost like dehydrated, those would be in like the same category, because what it is wherein with freeze dried food, you're just taking that food down to a really, really low temperature and preserving the nutrients that way. With air drying, usually it's some air dried foods are like a really high temperature, so that would just be in a totally different category anyway. But even the ones that are lower temperature are maybe for a longer period of time, so you have to run air over those foods for longer than you would say in like the freeze drying process, which is going to be better than a highly processed diet. I would rather that process happen much quicker, because the longer you expose something to, air over time, I think, typically the longer you're gonna, or the more you're gonna affect the nutrient profile. So I think both can be effective and are less processed, but I would rather go, I guess, the freeze drying route, which is why we did.
So for a pet parent, the reason why they would choose a freeze-dried raw over an air-dried raw would be because more of the nutrients are retained in the freeze-dried pet food.
Yeah, I would say typically. Again, you'd have to look at like what the specific process is for that, and there is a time when you really have to just talk to your manufacturer and ask questions. Like, that's one of the things that me and Kelley take a lot of pride in, is we are the ones who create the products, and we're also the ones that you can reach out to and ask questions about why we did things and what our processes are. And so if you're doing something like that, you'd have to ask them, hey, what is your air drying process like, and what is the temperature, and all those sorts of questions to figure out, is this raw food, is it less processed but not raw food, so there's a lot of nuance there, I think.
And I can speak to this because I'm always messaging you, hey, what is this? Why are you using this? Explain more about this. and we've been doing this for so long. So you're always great at these things, and you're educating us too, like on different ingredients and why things are formulated the way that they are.
That contact form on the website goes straight to me, and then I decide whether it's a Billy thing or a me thing, and maybe both of us. That's where it goes.
If she's really annoyed with me one day, they're all Billy things.
Like those mundane things, he'll get everything.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please do make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because it really, really does help with the growth of our channel.
And helping more dogs.